Let's check in with our very own Jared Blikre over at the Wi-Fi Interactive. And Jared, a wild week for all things memes. Of course, Bed Bath & Beyond taking the cake.
Yes, we got to stick on the meme circuit here. Let's take a look. This is just what happened today. I could show you what happened over 5 days, but let's find Bed Bath & Beyond. It's such a small little rectangle down there. It used to be right there front and center. That was literally 2 days ago, but let's pull this up. It is down 50% over the last 2 days. Excuse me, 40% today. This is the worst day ever for the stock. Now, 2 years ago, well, a year and a half ago, sorry about the math there, during the original GameStop and Reddit phenomenon, we did have a worst day or a second worst day in here. But you can see these spikes, they are happening at lower and lower levels. Ryan Cohen, the Exodus, are we ever going to see one of these again? It raises a lot of questions about the capital market because we know that he was buying calls into this that can encourage the price of the stock to increase as dealers have to hedge that gamma. That's a story for another day. We're gonna be talking about that for weeks and months. But let's focus on what's happened here. So this is going to be how much these stocks are up from their 52 weeks lows. Now, in the upper left, HKD, this is a stock that came to market a couple weeks ago in an IPO, up 1,231%. Let me short to show you some of the top getters here. So we got HKD, Revlon up 651%. They just reported earnings. Bed Bath & Beyond up 151%. But now take a look at this. This is how much they are down from their 52-week highs. Greed down 98%, might as well be 100. In fact, everything on the bottom low, including HKD, is down 90% or more. Everything on the second row down 81% or more. And we see familiar names that we've talked about over the last few years, such as Wish, Skills, Coinbase. That's down almost 80%. And a lot of these stocks, while they're putting in some impressive moves, especially into this OPEX Friday. And by the way, these single stocks don't roll off until the final trade later tonight. These moves look impressive, but within the context of what's happened over the last year, not so much. And finally, I just want to point out that the U.S. dollar has really been driving a lot of these moves, not only in meme stocks, but also in crypto land. Here's what's been happening to the U.S. dollar this year. I showed this chart at the open, and we can see a lot of gains here, except for a few outliers like the ruble, the Brazilian real, and the Mexican peso. But the U.S. dollar on a tear, that puts pressure on a lot of these markets. Finally, the yen has been crashing. Now, that's actually kind of a good thing. We don't want it to crash too much. But when we see finally that surge back into the yen versus a dollar, well, that could be curtains for the current rally, guys.
Let's go back to the meme stocks for a second. Can we, Jared? And the moves that we've seen. And by the way, that HKD, AMTD Digital is that stock. Apparently, the Hong Kong regulator has reportedly been looking into that and was even before it had this IPO here in the U.S. What happens if we show all the memes and do a max chart just for fun? I know we were showing it from the highs
Show
and
off,
the
Jared,
lows.
you got it.
If you do an equal weight and then look at max, can we do that? Is that a thing that we can do?
It should theoretically work if we got some broken tickers here. Doesn't look like this is going to. Let me check out a 10-year chart. Now, we're doing all of this on the fly here. So
yes, I apologize.
Viewers at home, beware.
I'm just curious, if you were lucky enough or smart enough to buy these things right when they came out, how would you be doing now? Because it's tough, obviously, to time for 52-week high, 52-week low from anything.
Right.
But over the lifetime of these companies,
this is 10 years.
Most of them, the lifetime, but a decade, most of them are down.
So we have Avis Car Rental Group, that's up 974%. In fact, you put a max chart on this. This is one of the better performers over the years. Not coming up right there. We got Fizz, beverage company, that's up 670%. GameStop up 676. But you look at the bottom row, these might as well all be down 100%. I don't know all these tickers. I've been adding to this board over the last year and a half. But I got to say, this is the most activity in this board that I've seen in quite some time. You got to wonder what happens next week, because this is option expiration. This was the Super Bowl of the month. So,
Jared, real great observation. While you were at the board, one of our star producers noting that so red, lots of red on the board. That's news you can use, analysis you can trust. Good stuff.
That's why we're here.
So red.
So red.